I've decided to sign with the Cleveland Browns, baby.
LeBron James is done in the sports world.
LeBron electrifies football.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. So today, I was going to have a video here today about the Celtics and the Cavs game from last night, but I decided to give you guys, you Celtics fan, a break today and to talk about something else. So during the game last night, I had a post on my Facebook page. Some of you probably unfollowed me, so you didn't see it, but that's all right. I made a post last night about, and it said, and I quote, LeBron James could play tight end in the NFL, no question about it. Now, obviously some people will disagree with me, which is okay because I respect all opinions. But I'm going to tell you, and what this video is going to be about today is I'm going to tell you why LeBron James can play in the National Football League. All right. So now let's start from the beginning. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know, LeBron James actually played, I believe, wide receiver in high school. Okay. He was a wide receiver in high school. And I believe he was actually recruited by teams such as Florida State, Ohio State. I think there was a couple other schools in there as well. But D1, reputable D1 programs he was being recruited by. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, Will, just because he played high school football doesn't mean that it can translate into NFL. Very true. That is very true. And you're 100% right. But I'm just merely laying down a foundation. So naturally, he does have the knowledge of the game. So he has played the game before, and that's a big deal here. Okay? So now that we know he has a nice little football foundation, let's continue to prove why I feel like he could play in the National Football League. Physically, the man is a physical specimen. The man is 6'8", 6'9", give or take, and he's 250 pounds. The man has great hand-eye coordination. I watched his high school highlight video. I actually watched another video where he and I believe it was Kevin Durant played in a flag football game against each other. You guys can look that up. I don't know what the link was, but I'm sure if you Google Kevin Durant, LeBron James play flag football, you'll see the athletic ability he has there. So, physical specimen. The man has a sports IQ. We all know he's a smart man. He's a student of the basketball game. Doesn't necessarily mean that translates over to football, but I feel like if he's able to do it in one sport, he can potentially do it in another sport. Okay? So again, people say to me, well, there's no way he could play in the NFL. He's just not tough enough. Now understand this, okay? Just because LeBron James complains about fouls does not mean that he's not tough. It means absolutely nothing. Every player in the NBA complains about fouls. In fact, I play with a bunch of you fools out there who every time you go to the basket in the men's league, you swear you got fouled. That doesn't mean that you're not tough. It just means that you like to complain about fouls in hopes that the referee's going to give you the next one. And that's what he does. Is it annoying? Yeah, it's probably annoying because people are like, well, why is he so big and complain? Because every NFL or every NBA player does it. Every wide receiver does it in the NFL. Every time they run down the field and catch a ball, they complain about they were being held or pass interference. Everybody does it on every single level. It doesn't make that person soft. It just means that person likes to complain and bitch about stuff. So again, the idea that he can't play in the NFL because he's soft is just not enough to stand on. It just makes no sense. Okay? The man is a physical specimen. A physical specimen. And if you put him in pads in a workout regimen in the National Football, he's going to put on 10 pounds. So you're now talking about a 265-pound tight end that could jump out the bed window. If I'm a QB, I'm throwing that ball to the crossbar and say, go get it. Who's going to out-jump him? Nobody. What defensive back is going to cover him? You tell me. I've played football, and again, not pulling cars, I'm not tooting no horns and things like that, but I played football for more than half of my life. Okay, I played in high school, I played in elementary school, I played at the college level in the National Football League, played all over the country. I've been in a total of 5 NFL locker rooms. Okay, 5. All right, I was in Pittsburgh's locker room, Oakland's locker room, Tennessee's locker room, Kansas City's locker room, Indianapolis Colts locker room. And I've been around a lot of tight ends over my time, okay? And none of them, in my opinion, only possess the athletic ability that this guy possesses. And like I said, go watch the video. Go watch the video. And then make a decision. But don't make a decision based off the fact that you say he's soft. Soft? I watched the game last night, and Marcus Smart was on the floor more than anybody in the game. He complained every single time he drove to the basket. Does that make him soft? No. Marcus Smart is probably one of the toughest. It probably is the toughest player they got on their team on the Boston Celtics. Does that make him soft? No, it does not. No, it does not. And again, the other thing was that people were disputing. It was like, well, Will, he couldn't possibly play tight end. Couldn't possibly play tight end. You know why? Why is that? Because he can't block. Does that really matter in today's league? Nobody in the NFL, okay, lines up in 21 personnel. And for you people who aren't football people, what 21 personnel means, it means 2 backs, 1 tight end, 2 wide receivers. It's called 21 personnel. It's how they define what personnel's on the field a lot faster, just by saying 21. So nobody does that anymore. Okay? Rob Gronkowski, your beloved Rob Gronkowski, who's one, and I can admit, hands down one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. He can block and he can catch the ball. And he's good at both. Okay? Given that, okay, and you can check this yourself. In 2017, because I looked it up myself. In 2017, I even posted it. In 2017, Rob Gronkowski was only asked to block 10% of the time. And I think in 2016, I think it was somewhere between like 18 and 20% before that. So you're talking about one of the greatest tight ends that can block better than anybody I've seen at the tight end position and catch almost better than anybody I've ever seen at the position other than Tony G and guys like that, Shannon Sharp. They only ask him to do it 10% of the time. Every other time he's lined up at wide receiver. He's lined up in the slot. He's running around. He's catching balls. They don't pay Rob Gronkowski to block. They pay him to catch footballs. And I'm assuming if they put LeBron James in a football uniform and a jersey or a helmet, they wouldn't say, hey, LeBron, we want you to go out there and block this linebacker or block this defensive end. You got your damn mind. They're going to say, LeBron, we want you to run down the middle of the field and catch the damn ball. Score touchdowns. That's what they would do with him. So, again, if you don't think he could play tight end, right? In fact, and again, please don't get me wrong on Facebook when I'm having these conversations, because a lot of things are missed on Facebook, a lot of tones and things like that, so I might come across as angry, but I'm not. I'm just very passionate about talking about sports. I love talking about sports. I enjoy sports. I love playing sports. So don't think that I'm mad or upset when I come at you on Facebook. But there was a guy, I ain't going to mention your name, and you know who you are if you're watching this video. There was a guy who said, but Will, although LeBron James is fast, he's athletic, he has the physical stature, and he has many more intangibles. And I quote, this is what he said word for word, many more intangibles. I still don't think he could play in the National Football League. What else does he need to play in the National Football League? What does he need? If you just told me that he has the speed, he has the physical stature, he has he even said hand-eye coordination, he said all these different things, and he has many more intangibles is what he said, but yet he still can't play in the National Football League. Right? The reason why people don't want to say that the man could play in the National Football League is because they love to hate greatness. Right? They love to hate greatness. And they don't want to give the man one more attribute and say, you know what, I think he'd be a pretty good NFL tight end. I'm not saying that LeBron James would be the greatest tight end to ever play the game, but I guarantee, right, with a few months in training camp, I guarantee LeBron would be a serviceable tight end that could go out and catch a couple balls. Again, it's not like the man doesn't know the game, because he's played the game, and he's an All-American doing it. He got recruited by teams like Florida State and Ohio State. So it's not like he doesn't know the game. He knows the game. So I ask you, do you think LeBron James could play tight end in the National Football League? I think after a good camp he could. I don't think he could just strap up the pads, go out there, hop on the field, and be 100. But I guarantee you after a good camp he could do it. You let me know. Again, y'all have a blessed day. Hope to see y'all soon.